Post-match interview here at Pancake Lane following today's 4-2 victory against Leverstock Green. Dave, bit of a topsy-turvy game in terms of, I felt for the first 30 minutes we were excellent and we were in total control, and then we had a little wobble towards the end of the first half where they may well have got back into it, and then Blades made a really good save at the start of the second. We then get the third and look in total control, and then in the end, but for the goal at the very end, it was never really completely under control for us when really we could have been out of sight in the first half.
Yeah, you're right. First 30, I mean, we scored 2, should have been 3 or 4. I think Ethan's missed one. I say missed, but there's a chance to Ethan that he puts wide. There's one to Laurie that he sort of puts wide. There's Temmie crosses the ball across, no one gets to the end, and it was like that. And I watched them last week, as you know, and I felt Hitchin had the opportunities to do that early in the first sort of 10 or 15, didn't, and then they grew. And to be fair, it's almost a match-up of last week in terms of how they grew into the game and they battled, they're dogged, they work extremely hard. But at 2-0, like you say, if we get a third, are they doing that still? I don't know, because they'd certainly be very deflated. But because we don't, and they kind of get encouragement from it. And as you say, the minute into the second half, I mean, Blade pulls off an unreal save when he's wrong-footed to keep it at 2-0. And we, you know, I still think at that time we were in great nick. We didn't go and give away. Look, we're miles away, so you know, up the hill watching the penalty, but Blade sort of ushes him out, and then the guy goes to ground, and the referee gives a penalty. I can't say if it is or it isn't. I know what a player said. They score that. We then get it going again. We then get a third, and we look comfortable. And I thought we're comfortable for a period. I still felt we needed a fourth just to kill it off. And again, that same thing, they've got nothing to lose. Credit to them, their gaffers chucking on players to get at us. And then look, I think Blade should do better with the second. Those things before he's dealt with quite comfortable. Mate, they've got in front of him. We've got a touch on it and it ends up in our net, and then of course you're playing on your nerves. They've got nothing to lose as they previously. But in that period we've had enough chances to go a fourth. One where Alex is clean through, and I still don't know what in his head he thought he was going to do. And again, and of course 3-2, they're setting up free kicks to go in our box. I mean, defended great. I have to say, Laurie was out unbelievable with 2 or 3 of his headers late on. And then last minute they chuck it around forward, it breaks, and keepers in our box, and Bondi scores. And probably the first time I felt relaxed, knowing there was no time left. So, like I say, we've never beat them here. I watched them last week. I thought they were a good side, so I think it's a good result. Not many people have beaten them. They're getting a lot of results. And like I say, our first ever win here, and we've been going a long time, playing them a lot of times. So it took us a long time to get them over the line, and we just keep our pressure onto that result allows us to keep the pressure on the boys above, which is what we want to do. And I suppose there'll be some gaps creating from the teams below soon, but the top 5, 6, 7 sides are in great form at this present stage, and we need to keep with them.
Excellent stuff. Skip, obviously there were elements of the game that were frustrating from our part, but after 2, I think the word would be frustrating again, 2 frustrating draws in the last couple of games. I think any sort of victory is just important to get ourselves back on the winning trail, and also Dave's just touched on as well, we've never won it before, so that's another box tick for us.
Yeah, no, I thought overall we played really well today. I thought we controlled the first half, but as Dave has already said, should have been more than 2 up. Probably one of the things that you could throw at the lads was that we were playing that well, it was probably too easy, and that sometimes you get yourself into a false sense of security. But overall I thought it was very good. I'm more disappointed. There's a shocking tackle on Ethan after 35 minutes, and I actually said to Dave, if that was the second half, that's a straight booking. And the players at half time said it was awful, and then we're picking up bookings for I mean, I don't even know what the booking count was in the end, and I don't think we've committed a bad tackle. It just so frustrating, but it's very odd because you're moaning about the refs when we drew, and I'm moaning about the refs when we've gone and won. So I just find it frustrating. That game 3-0 was dead and buried, and then he's got involved. I thought the penalty was very soft on the basis that Adam Hunter's been kicked first half, right on half time, and because he doesn't go down normally, he says he's made a meal of it. Well, everyone's heard the kick, so yeah, the ball's gone, so that's a penalty. I just find it at the moment, I'm finding it very frustrating watching how good we are and how well we are playing, that we just don't seem to get the rubber to green with some of the decisions. But a game we've won, that's all that really matters. We played well, that's a massive credit to these lads, and puts us in good stead for Monday night, which is going to be home game. Leighton, who are flying, who are quite a few points ahead of us, but yeah, puts us in good stead. That'll be a good game. Looking forward to that one.
Good stuff. Dave, just looking ahead to Monday's game. Obviously, 2 games in 3 days is probably not ideal, but we made a number of changes today to try and sort of shuffle the pack. But again, for how well we played in long periods of this game, again it demonstrated how good the depth is in the squad, that we could make 4 changes today and still, you wouldn't have noticed it was still very good.
No, again, I think you're right. I think that the squad, most of the squad are all on a pretty much of a par with each other. We rested Rio completely today. He'd have come, but Monday's massive for us. He's still carrying he's not in the last throes of his quite a bad cold, which we played him on Monday, and he struggled a little bit with it. So it's made a decision for him not to come today. So he's ready for Monday. Yeah, look, 1 or 2. Luke, same. We rested Luke now for 4 weeks to get him right, and he looked decent in his last 20 minutes, which was important to us because, again, having watched Leighton, I felt we needed Luke for that game, and he's now looks like he's back. And you're right, and it's just quite nice to be able to change him around, mix it up a little bit. We've got 1 or 2 others coming back. We're also, probably going to announce another new signing very soon. So squad's decent. We keep saying it. We've just got to find a way of putting our chances away, really, and taking a lot of pressure. The defenders are. We're happy with where we are there. If you offered me and skip another centre half today, we'd probably say no to it, because we've got 3 great ones. We've got 3 left backs. We've got a great right back, so we're not looking in that area. Midfield today was excellent for a big part of the game, and there's no Rio in it. There's no Charlie in it today, so we're in great nick there. It's just getting it right in attack at this present stage, and of course then today you've got 4 goals, and Sonny gets 1, Bondi gets 1. So I think they only forwards who got 1, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it must be quite good as well that we've scored. As Alex has got a lion's share of the goals this season, but we've scored 4 today and he hasn't got any of them. So it's helped. I have to say, blimey, if he's going clean through and he ain't going to score, then he ain't going to get me today, is he? But the truth is that we're heavily reliant on him. That's the problem, and so it's nice that it's popping up from other areas. We need, Alex will get in the 20s this season. That's as sure as eggs are eggs. But we need someone to get to 10. And at this present stage, we don't really want it to. We want it to be our right back, but it shouldn't be him as the next best. We need another forward to contribute. We need another midfield player to contribute. That's what we need. And we need some numbers on them. We need them into. I know we mix it around a bit, but we could do with 5s and 6s from them. And I think Sonny's on 3 now, which is quite nice, because last season, the biggest critic of him being that he doesn't score enough goals. Well, he's now wading in this season, thankfully, with a few. But we need more out of him. If he's on 3 now, we want it to quickly become 6. And Bailey, who's still a long way from being right, but they've got to start wading in. Bondi's got to wade in more. Temmie's got to wade in more. But like I say, you're right. The squad's good. We're able to make them changes. We're able to mix it around. And again, for the pair of us, they're not getting buckets of money to be here. So we need to keep lots of players happy and keep it churning around. And
that's the good thing with the way the squad is at the moment.
Excellent stuff, gents. Well, congratulations on getting back on the winning trail. It's a quick turnaround for Monday night, so the big game, unbeaten Leighton Town, leaders of the division, come to us at the Erie. So hopefully we look forward to seeing you then with a decent crowd in attendance as well, and hopefully another 3 points.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
Cheers.